Hey, folks, I'm the Amazing Vito, and I'm here talking to neurologist Dr. Lily Craven, XX.
Wait, wait. Wait. Neurologist?
Yeah,
I
I got it
hug
right here. I
guys
set
for a
this up over
living.
2 weeks ago with you, Doctor.
No, I hug guys for a living.
Ooh.
Uh,
Hey, boys and girls, you're watching the Amazing Vito, and I'm talking to the one and only adult star, Lily Craven, X
hello.
X X.
You got it.
Well, how have you been?
I have been doing well.
She said the camming is where the money's at, where you could sit at home and do stuff. And but she said, uh, uh, like making adult like films, and trying to sell those has been bad. So one industry is doing really well, and the other one, the stay at home order, uh, that one is doing well. So
Well, yes, we have to be very cautious if we do shoot. It's been encouraged by our union not to get groups together, really just cut down the shooting to help not spread the virus and do our part in the industry.
now, what do you do to ensure that it's a safe environment? Like, how does it start?
Well, what we do is we have a system called talent testing, and also along with our STD panels, we have the COVID test available to us in a few states. So I go to that state. I make sure I get my COVID test with my STD test right before I'm to engage with anyone. And otherwise, I stay at home. I quarantine. I'm a homebody. I've really gone out of my way to make sure that I'm not going to possibly transmit it to my coworkers. We cut down, you don't have a shooting crew, it's usually one on one, and they're tested as well. So it's definitely slowed it down almost to a halt. But you can do things here and there with a lot of extra precaution.
Now, like would you get it like what kind of trouble would you get if you were to do a shoot? And I don't know how many people you're allowed to have on a set, um, but what if you had an extra person there? Would you get fined? Like,
No, I don't I'm not positive about this answer, but the my understanding of it, first, it's discouraged from the union, and it would be shunned upon. I think that it would be known that you're not using safe practices, same as not being tested properly. Um, I think the word would go out that you're not someone who is being safe, and that would hurt you greatly in the future. I check out who I shoot with. I see what they're doing on social media beforehand. If they're at parties and stuff like that, I'm not going to shoot with them because
y-
that could potentially affect me, but also my family. It could affect other coworkers that I may shoot with. And I think we hold a responsibility to make sure that we are as safe and as healthy as possible. And that goes beyond STDs in
yeah,
this now.
so that's great. I mean, that's good that you're taking things serious, and
Very serious.
that's a good thing. Um, what was I gonna? For I didn't know it was a union. You guys have a union?
We do.
I had no idea.
It's APAG, and it's adult performers. Hold on. It's not an adult. It's actors. You want
You
to
are
Google it?
you are a brain neurologist. That there she is, folks.
Ding, ding, ding. It is something Actors Guild. So it's something
It, it, it,
performers Doctors Guild. Can I Google this so I
It's
don't look
okay.
like
It's fine. No one cares. No,
okay? I'm trying to look like a ding dong.
I shouldn't. So, anyways,
Well,
do you pay?
performers,
Do you have to pay a union fee?
you do, but it's free right now during COVID, or it was when I signed up at the beginning.
Okay, and they ensure that everything is okay, safe, and like
They
is
set
that
our they
that
set our industry standards, our protocols, our policies and procedures, and what is okay and what is not. It's a
okay?
guideline to go by.
Okay, but you see, you have your own company, right?
I do.
So, okay, so you have to having your own company, you have to go through them, right? Like, right?
Well, I'm self-employed, so my company is me.
Okay, so you don't, so do you have a like, do you have a union? Like, if you are in the adult industry, for yourself, your own business, do you need to, pay union fees, and what would they do for you? Um,
It's not required,
okay.
but it's almost like being part of the BBB. I would compare it to maybe, and it's something that if someone knows you're part of the industry union, the overall industry, then it shows that you do safe practices, you get tested properly. I mean, there's nothing to necessarily ensure like they do a checklist every time, but they show us how to take care of ourselves, protect ourselves, what the responsibility we have to others in the industry are. And I think that more people in the industry need to be part of it. I think there's a lack of education on what our risks are, and they're
When
pretty
you
significant.
when you
Um,
when you mean lack of education, like,
yes,
do they not know, like, what do you mean they don't understand, like, what is expected from them?
I think that when you first start, you don't really. When I first started, I thought things like just being tested. I thought that we're safer than the general public, but that is not the case at all. You know that there's really high risks at what we do. We risk our health, and I think there's a misunderstanding that people think just because they have this clean test that they're clean. You
What-
need to still do when in your own personal life. I personally don't engage in other activities outside of the industry because I believe that's how things come in.
so,
And
like, this is what you mean, okay, just say, I worked for you, okay?
mhm,
I was your number one stud. I was
okay,
I'm the never mind. Anyways,
can I tell you what
I do
you're
the
like Joe? No.
I do the testing, right?
Mhm.
And then I show you that, I bring in, I guess, the paperwork to show you that I have everything's okay, right? But, like, does the testing, okay, so if I get tested 7 days ago,
Mhm.
or however long it was, like 10 days or 7 days or
I
whatever.
wouldn't take it.
So how does a person, like, does it have to be the day of to show you that, yeah, everything's okay?
Well, the difference between talent testing is first we will go in and take our test. We're in a database system for the producers, directors, talent, so they can verify that we are who we are, the person who took the test. Because if you go into a clinic or a doctor's office, they don't check your ID. You can also QR scan your results so you know that they're legit, they're not a printed off paper from someone else. And we get our tests back within 2 to 3 days. And it used to be overnight, one day. Like in Vegas, you can test and have your results back the next day. But as far as who I work with, if you were my number one stunt dog, my boy toy,
I
then
appreciate that. Thank
I
you.
would
I mean,
definitely need to know about your lifestyle. I would do a lot of research. If you're out in clubs, partying, if you're sleeping around, anything of the sorts, even if you just having a partner and you're swinging or anything like that, I personally believe that that raises your risk of bringing something to the, and there's dormant periods. That's what I'm getting at.
what are dormant periods?
It might take 10 days for something to show up on your test.
Oh,
And
that's
so
that's not
I
good.
don't want to, get a clean test, but what if you got things 3 days earlier?
Yeah.
So I really, it's a fear. I think it's definitely the dark cloud of the whole job itself. And it's a scary one. And I think that we have a lot of responsibility to each other, and many don't take it seriously. And it's serious.
Well, remember, I don't think you're old enough, but in the 80s, I remember it was all over the paper, the news that there was a performer, a male performer that lied on his he kept lying on his test results
Yes.
and was still he had AIDS. So
Yes.
he was which to me, I mean, to me that's murder. You're
Yep.
trying to kill somebody, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
it's not fair. I remember the poor girl that was interviewed. She came from Montreal and it was one of her first shoots. And
Yep.
it was just it's she's like 21, and this guy, you're like, man, you are such a disgusting. You knew
Yes.
that you had it, and yet you were having sex with all these people. That to
Yes.
me is just, I don't know what kind of mindset you would need to be to do that.
A
uh
very sick one.
well, you're evil. To me, that's
Yes.
just evil, because you've just ruined people's lives, you know.
Yeah.
um I hope the girl's okay.
It's
uh
my biggest, that's one of my biggest fears. And you literally have to trust these people in our industry. We're a bunch of fun people. We come from all different walks of life, including myself. We are not the average Joe next door. Morals and values may be a little screwed, just sort of all over the place. And it is very scary to say, come be with me here. Here's my life, because it is life or death at times, and it risks your life. So, I mean, a cop goes out and does his job, and he expects his coworkers to back him up. And I would expect mine to do the same. So I go above and beyond to make sure that I'm doing my part in the big picture. And it's just, it's
yeah,
so
but
important.
like what you were saying about the cop, one of the worst things I've ever seen was when that show Cops, before it was taken off the air, um the cop asked a guy, do you have anything in your pocket?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said, no, I got nothing in my pocket. The cop put
Yeah.
his hand in his pocket, and it was
Poke.
it was a needle. And it turns out the guy had AIDS, and the
Yep.
cop, he's married, and he had to have he had to take these medications quickly. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's scumbags out there that
Yes.
just, will lie right to your face. No, everything's fine. I got nothing, there. And, it just, I do not understand the mindset of why would you do that to somebody? Uh, that is pure evil. And,
Yes.
uh,
Happens too often. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to be the one that's, in my opinion, they don't want to be the one that has the HIV or the one that has this disease. They want everybody to be with them.
yeah.
And it's definitely I mean, heck, even outside of the industry, I mean, people do that in real life with you, and it's the way humans operate, and it's our job to take extra precaution to make sure that these evil people don't seep through and affect us.
Yeah. That
It would be very difficult if I ever knew that I passed something because I was just with some guy that feels like he can do whatever he wants and I didn't research him.
right. So you research, like if it was me, you would sit there and go, I'm working with the amazing Vito,
Yes.
and he is going to do some magic on me,
Yes.
and he is disgusting. Oh my god. No,
Yes. And I
where
would turn you down.
where you like I have a bio, right? And
Yes.
then it's up to you to
To
meet
do
me.
the I do the digging. I just
How do you dig? Like what do you do?
I'll check out your recent social media. I have a group of women in the industry that I can confer with and say, hey, has anybody else worked with him um, or her? I ask. I do my reference checking, people that I know. I would not really shoot with anybody that nobody knows.
Right.
I just I have once and it turned out very well and it was someone local and it's we don't have much industry here and we have no industry here in Colorado. So it was great. It's worked out well, but I believe he is as serious as I am when it comes to our health.
Oh, of
And I
course.
yeah, and I
You
believe
know,
this of him and I trust him.
yeah, of
So
course. You don't want to do something that, I mean, has it ever happened to you where you've asked for somebody for their tests, that you've gotten their tests and it shows that, hey man, this is not something bad is here. And you have to tell them, say, no, no, we can't shoot.
no, it you get a through TTS you get cleared or not cleared.
Oh, so if you
So
get,
it's confidential.
okay, okay, okay.
But
So
I can see that it's either red or it's green, and if it's red, it there's no discussion. Like it's just not happening.
don't you wish it was like in the 50s or 60s? Like where, what was the most, like, I guess they would have the clap and they would take penicillin or something. They didn't have like
I don't know.
no, herpes. I don't know. But back, I guess the people back in the 70s, they all worked with the same people, right? So now in the adult industry, you have you have so many people in the industry that it's not like a small group like it once was. Um,
Kind of is. I think it's pretty close knit. I feel like everybody knows everybody somewhat, or you can find someone quickly like that does know them.
would you ever work with Ron Jeremy?
No,
Have you ever worked with them?
no, I'm
Okay, I'm
not.
just asking.
I'm good for no. I have not. I'm a friends with someone, Kelly Richards. She's amazing. She was the anal queen, and she worked with him. I have not because I don't think I'm old enough, and I don't haven't watched porn really. So I just was I was maybe very young at that age. It would have been very not good.
No, he's in big trouble. People don't know.
I
So
I think he's in jail.
yeah, he's
Prison
got the grabby
right
hands. The
now. It's
thing
just
is,
beautiful.
do you want to see my balls?
Yes.
There you go.
Oh,
Done.
cue balls. Oh, are those cue balls?
No, they're
What
juggling
are they?
balls. I juggle with them all the time.
Oh, because I had this one time. I had this customer shove 3 cue balls up his ass.
What?
Mhm.
He did it?
Yeah, he did. It was amazing.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was brilliant.
A guy like for a customer, like for your shoot.
Yeah, well, no, not for no. He wanted an online private, and he wanted me to watch him put 3 cue balls up his. It
Oh dear.
was amazing.
So
Pop,
like
pop, pop.
did
Three,
the
all gone.
did you get the did you sit there and go, hey, where's the 8 ball, just to be a jerk?
No, I went. Oh my gosh! And then I was taking pictures.
So people will not they will perform for you.
Yeah, I'm quite often asked to watch things.
Man, where
Pretty,
do I get that gig? That hey buddy, it's like, hey,
they pay me to
I'm gonna
watch,
shove these up my tailpipe, and it's like, okay, cool, pay me. Here, go ahead.
and I'll watch it if you pay me. Yeah.
That isn't. Oh man, I'm in the wrong gig.
I've seen amazing things, like
What's
really
the what's
amazing.
some of the weirdest things that you've seen?
Ooh, okay. One of my favorites, and he's still an amazing follower, and he likes to do CBT, which is ball torture, and he does Q-tips down the tip of his head,
He
and he's
doesn't
got
put.
up to 15,
He's put 15 at the tip.
yeah, Q-tips in the tip of his.
You're lying.
No, not lying. True story, promise.
Oh wow,
It's quite incredible. One time he put a nail file down it.
a nail file.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't the guy bleed and stuff?
Yes.
Huh. Wonderful.
Yeah. And pliers. He used pliers and squeezed it really hard.
So he's into people are like him are into torturing themselves, and then you getting
I watch it.
you watch it. And then these are the guys that never get caught by Al Qaeda or some type of, because if they get tortured by
Yeah. No
them,
kidding.
they are like in dreamland. They're like, oh, squeeze my balls, and you got Abdul sitting there going, I don't get it. I really don't get this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's driving
And
me
he
nuts.
was shooting a load everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah. To turn him on.
all right. He wants to be like this. Get the cue ball. So
They,
is the wrong. See, you should tell him he's in the wrong career.
okay.
You need to say you need to go fight and get caught because they'll torture the shit out of you. And
And he'd be fine with it. He'd
he
be
would
like getting off on it. And
he
he'd
would
ask
be
me
like
to watch.
the government would call and say, hey, you come home, and he's like, I'm not coming home. And they're like, they're like, no, you need to leave. You need to leave. Oh,
Oh my.
he would be the perfect weapon
Perfect. And he
against
could shoot him right back at him, probably.
terrorism. That's what we need. We need people that enjoy.
Ball torture.
That's it. That's it.
CBT.
What's it called?
CBT.
CBT.
C cock and ball torture.
Wow.
It's a great
Think
category.
about it. So anything like, so is the most people that call you, are they male?
Yes, all of them are male.
Oh, okay. All right. I
It's
thought,
just who I attract. That's
no, I thought, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it would be. Yeah. I just thought there would be like the one woman I was talking to, she was saying couples will watch you do stuff.
true. I don't attract couples or females, although I would love to have them. It's just who comes my way. It's always men. Um, Definitely, I'm the stepmommy. Hi, sons. Um, I love the stepmommy role play. I get probably when I talk to others in the industry, like when I talk to JoJo, she's like, "You get the most wildest request ever," and I truly believe that I am a magnet for amazing, wild requests, and
Really?
I love it. I think it's so neat. I love that they feel free and open to share it with me.
Is that on your bio though? Like, does it say stuff so they go, okay, like, like or no, they just come out and ask you, hey, do you mind if I
They
shove
just, yep,
Q-tips up my.
that's how it happens. They kind of warm up to me a little bit, and they
Yeah.
feel comfortable enough to share it with me.
Wow.
And
Anything that you've just said, no, you can't, no, you shoving that grenade up your ass, you just cannot do that. Is there
yes,
anything that you just say no?
well, the baseball bat, I was bothersome. I did not want the baseball bat up his ass. The
Because that
pliers on the
is
cock bothered
because
me.
he's a soccer player. That's why.
Yeah.
Why? So he wanted to put the whole thing up his tailpipe.
the fat part of the bat. Yeah. And I was just like, let's not do that one. We'll save that for next time.
Play
And the
ball.
pliers, when he's squeezing it with pliers, I usually get pretty disturbed by it and ask him to hold off because it's just something I don't want to participate in. I think it's very extreme, and I want to see people get hurt at the same time.
Well, I my neighbor's a nurse, and she tells me some of the stuff that comes
Oh
through.
yes, I see what the nurse sees.
Yeah, and she says some of the things people do to their bodies is like they could really damage themselves, and
Yeah.
they really need to think before you do something like that. If you're, I'm not, but just be careful, please.
Yes,
Don't
please.
lose your
Hoo ha.
yeah. There's no point.
No.
So
And I mean, I have a follower that is on the gross side. He enjoys vomit,
vomit.
but what he likes is for me to watch other girls vomit in each other's mouths on cam and drink it. And
Oh man, I'm gonna
so it's
puke.
my reaction that he gets off on. And I'm trying not to gross this out, but it grosses me out.
Oh, but how does he get two girls to do
on
that?
cam, on cam, and they'll be together,
And they'll vomit in each other's
each
mouth?
other's mouths.
That man, I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
It's a category. Look it up. It's
And
most definitely there.
he enjoys that. And you have to pretend to enjoy it, like you sit there and go,
No, I don't pretend anything. I get totally grossed out. I tell him how disgusting it is.
oh, and that turns him on.
I'm not sure what turns him on about it. I think it's more of a control thing. I think that it's the fact that these women will willingly participate. They like to do this for him.
Right.
Um, he can push to the extreme on controlling their minds, and they at first. I mean, I cried at first. I was so upset, and
Oh wow.
then he wouldn't leave me alone. Kept bugging, and finally, I'm like, I'm gonna get his money. And now we're actually very good friends, and I see that other people, if they are willing, 100% willing participants, it's not for me to judge. It's really not. And they, both parties, I mean, they're on camera, they can hang up, and it's not because of the money necessarily. They enjoy him, they enjoy pleasing him and his fetish. And I've witnessed them call him and say, oh, could we do a show, a vomit show? And it's really, it's really
I
opened my mind to other people's, it's not for me to judge. And I was very judgmental in the beginning, extremely. I thought it was so wrong, and
yeah,
it's
I mean,
not.
I'm trying to find like anything just to see what, and it's what's it
Yeah,
called?
vomit fetish. It's because it's not allowed on regular, like it's shunned upon, so it would be, but it's definitely there. On your normal platforms, you're not going to find it because it's not allowed. Did you find it yet? Oh my.
No, I'm just trying to.
Well, no, he finds it when he throws up. I made sure never to throw up because I don't want to be part of that. I just can't do it. So when it
Oh,
gets to
that
be
is,
too much for me, I tell him, sayonara, I gotta go, buddy. And I hang up.
man. No, I can't find it. All right, yeah, I can't find it, or else. But yeah, this
It's there.
freaky convo. I I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I had not either. I never watched porn before I got into the industry at 40 years old.
Oh wow, you're very young.
Yes, thank you.
You look very young.
Thank
You don't look like uh
I'll bow to you. No wonder why. You're very charming.
I know that's why.
I was a stay at home wife, mom for many, many, many years. I basically had not worked until my divorce, and that was at 40 years old, or a little bit before that. So I got my education in marketing management, and that's when I started the industry. Um, I have a very strategic plan because my days are somewhat numbered. I am getting
What
older.
do you mean somewhat numbered? What do you mean?
Well, I don't think that I'm going to be, you know, sucking cock in that sense on camera, when I'm 70. And I think I started later in life. So I'm definitely gearing towards the business side. But I have some fabulous ideas, and I'm starting to put them into play. And it's just to be continued. It'll be fun.
Yeah, well, I'm
I
glad
think
to.
there's so many possibilities. There's so many opportunities in this industry that can go in so many different directions. And I'm excited at all the things that are available to me when I thought I had nothing and that I had nobody. And this industry has been there hands down more than I could ever have imagined.
Well, this will be continued,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Because I want to know how your business is going, and uh, that is the most. I've never heard the stuff that you've said. Honestly, uh,
Really?
no, I've never heard of that throwing up thing, and I never.
You're going to be Googling
The,
it
the,
when we're done, huh?
the Q-tip thing makes me want to pee really bad. I mean, I don't. Everybody. Hey, man. Uh,
He's,
whatever floats your boat, but just be
he
careful,
has a
please.
good one too. Water sports.
What's water sports?
That's urine.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Jojo told me about that. That's
Yeah, that's a
you're
good
talking
one.
about the golden shower thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Water sports. Yeah,
Water
same thing.
sports, yes. Can't tell the names. Oh, the comedy gold. Oh, but listen, I want to say thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, you've been a blast and a joy to talk to you. And so I love, the what, what, anybody in the industry that I talk to are very open. If you ask them, if you respect them and be nice, like anybody in life. Uh,
Yes.
but everybody has this mindset of how people in the business are, and I
Yes.
I don't see that at all. I think that's your business. That's what you want to do, and you see an opportunity, great. Uh,
Yes.
so more power to you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're gonna talk, folks. I'm the Amazing Vito. Please subscribe. I've been talking to the one and only Lily Craven XX.
Thank you
I
so
will
much.
I will put a link to her Twitter. Follow her. If you got cue balls, please do not just play with them normally. Uh, you know what I mean? Uh, if you're gonna puke, I don't want to ruin your business, but okay, just be careful. All right.
No, just send them my way. If you're going to
Yeah.
puke, come
If you're
call
gonna
me.
hey, if you're into throwing up on other people,
Yeah.
go see little Lily. She will hook you up. So thank you, sweetie. You are wonderful, and have a great day. Okay.
You're amazing, Vito. Thank you for having me.
That's what they say.
Bye.